a.m. Ljubljana time. First up on the agenda is roll call. John?
My name's IVSA Exco, so for today's roll call, just be really quick, just stand up and say how you say cheers in your country. Did everyone hear that?
Can you repeat that?
All right, so how would you like cheers your drinks when you, okay,
Countries that don't drink.
Yeah, it goes with it. Can happen with it.
just say I'm awake in your own language then. All right.
Yeah.
All right, IVSA Algeria.
When you drink tea or coffee.
IVSA Belgium. IVSA Brazil. IVSA Croatia. IVSA Czech Republic. IVSA Czech Republic. IVSA Denmark. IVSA Germany. IVSA Greece. IVSA India. IVSA Indonesia. IVSA Ireland. IVSA Italy. IVSA Morocco. IVSA Norway. IVSA Peru. IVSA Poland. IVSA Serbia. IVSA Serbia. IVSA Slovenia. IVSA South Korea. IVSA Switzerland. IVSA Taiwan. IVSA Thailand. IVSA the Netherlands. IVSA UK. IVSA USA. We have quorum at 45.28%.
All right, the next up on the agenda is nominations for the 73rd IVSA Symposium 2 years away. We already have one nomination, which is IVSA Morocco. Are there any other nominations? Okay, the nominations are now closed and we'll reopen again at the next GA. And then I'm gonna give the floor to our lovely election committee for the agenda point on the presentation of the election committee and test election.
Okay, so hi, good morning, everyone. So we have Karina Kazik, IVSA Exco. Hi, good morning. So we have reached the point in our symposium, which is supposed to be the exciting portion, elections. So elections are going to take place online, so it's paper-free, friendly for the environment. It's secretive, so of course no one needs to know what you are going to put. As I said a little bit earlier today, you are required to have access to your national MO email. Please not just have the password and email, please do make sure you log in. So how is it going to work? Each MO is going to receive 2 emails, and each email is going to have a specific voter ID and a key, which is going to be used to cast your vote. That's you don't see it. So you get one email, you open that email, you fill out your required answers, and then you repeat using the second email with that second ID and the key. So after that portion, after you voted, then the election committee will show the results. So this is how you're gonna see a voter ID and a voter key has click here to vote. You click there to vote. And you're gonna just fill it out, submit, go to the other email, click here to vote. Pretty simple. So all of you have this email sent already to you. So let's try it.
The chair will now entertain a motion to stand at ease for 20 minutes. Trinity? Trinity Dunphy, IVSA Ireland, I say move. Any discussion? Any objections? Seeing none, we're at ease for 20 minutes. Please don't leave the GA hall.
So during your presentation, if it is that you are going over time, you're going to see an orange card that's going to be shown from the audience. An orange card for president would indicate that you have 30 seconds left, for regional representatives, 10 seconds, secretariat, 20 seconds, and for the host of the Congress, just 30 seconds left. So for president, only one nominee per position is in the room during that speech. For regional representatives, it's the same. Only one nominee is in the room during that speech. Same for secretariat as for the 73rd IVSA Congress host. So only person who is presenting delegation is in the room during the speech. So following that, the president will have 3 questions to be answered from the election committee, followed by 2 questions from you, the General Assembly. And after that, then we will have a discussion. For regional representatives, we are allowed to ask 1 question for the regional representatives from the elections committee, followed by 1 from you, the General Assembly. Secretariat, there's only 1 question that can be asked from you. And with regards to the 73rd IVSA Congress host, there are 5 questions for a specific nominee by the General Assembly. And that is consisting of 2 questions from you, the GA. So after the speech and the questions of every nominee of the certain position, you're going to have the nominees for that position stay out of the room, and we're going to have the one negative comment, 1 positive comment. Please ensure that there are only objective comments, relative work-related comments. Please do not bash anyone. Do not say any personal hurtful things. Similarly, for regional representative, same thing. After the speech and questions, you're going to have those nominees being outside of the room and then followed by 1 positive comment, 1 negative comment from you. Same thing for the secretariats. And for the host for the Congress, we're not going to have any discussion taking place. Are there any questions with regards to that? Yuri.
Yuri Kalbo, IVSA X Group. So in the email that was sent to the president, it was stated that they had a 5-minute speech instead of a 3-minute speech. So I wanted to know how this is going to be handled. Oh, Yuri, IVSA X Group. Sorry, mispronounced. So there was no mention about the time in the speech, and the G said the G booklet said 3 minutes instead of 5 minutes.
Okay, so for president, they will only be allowed the 3 minutes to give their speech. So are there any other questions? Okay. Thank you.
All right, and then now we're going to continue with an official presentation of our final list of nominees, which is something we just have to officially do as per our bylaws.
So for president, we have 1 nominee, Vanda Duchich. So Vanda Duchich. For MENA regional representatives, we have Mohammed Mossad from IVSA Egypt, as well as Afaf Sharaf from IVSA Morocco. For secretariat, we have 1 nominee, Stella Kovacic from IVSA Croatia. And for the 73rd IVSA Congress, we had IVSA Peru and IVSA Bosnia and Herzegovina. Unfortunately, we no longer will have IVSA Bosnia running in this election. So the reason for Bosnia no longer running is due to the fact that they were not able to send their presentation. Are there any questions? Okay, thank you. Okay, so to continue and follow through with elections and the presentation of our nominees, Karina IVSA Exco. So to begin, for the presentation of our nominees, will start with the president position for 2023-2024. So again, our nominee is Under the Church.
So, dear delegates, for those of you who do not know me yet, but I think everybody knows me by now, my name is Vanda and I'm running for the position of president. My journey in IVSA started quite a long time ago, so as you can see, I'm a bit old. It started actually 7 years ago when I was a regular member of IVSA. It gave me an opportunity to see all the benefits IVSA brings up to you. I've been to exchanges and IVSA events and even had an opportunity to organize one. All of these experiences made me realize that IVSA really is a family. I said in my speech in Brazil that I want members to not look at IVSA as an obligation but as a family. In my term as a president, I will continue working on this goal. To achieve that, my plan is to start working and finding a solution for holding hybrid events, which would help our members who are unable to attend events in person feel connected to IVSA family from all over the world. It would also help us to have a bigger engagement and therefore give us an insight in different points of views. I'm looking forward to finish the ongoing projects we've started and plan on starting, and of course, make transition to members portal go as smoothly as possible. Besides mentioned, I'll work on making regions, committees, and networks more stable and established, getting the partners and sponsors for them, and working on the engagement inside of them. As you could have seen, we are, in my term as MOD, working on establishing live events in all the regions. I plan on continuing working on this ongoing project, which would give us greater engagement in all of the regions we have, and therefore help struggling regions and struggling MOs feel involved and motivating their members. In the end, I'd like to thank you all for giving me an opportunity to even be here, because without you and without your votes, I wouldn't be here. Love you all, your MOD.
Okay, great. Thank you, Vanda. So, Karina IVSA Exco. I'll do that. So again, thank you, Vanda, for your lovely speech. So for the president's position, of course, we do have a 1-minute speech by the nominator, Susanna Zanzatari from IVSA, Italy. So can you please start?
Dear delegate, Susana Salvadori, IVSA relay. Dear delegates, dear officials, I'm here to support Vanda's nomination for the position of IVSA President 2023-2024. As most of you know, I nominated her as MOD in the past Congress in Brazil, and after this experience, I'm even more confident that she's the right person for this position. Vanda has proved during this third term that she has all the abilities to face responsibilities and pressures that come with becoming a president. She has shown kindness and compassion to all the officials and made us feel understood by empathizing with each individual's struggles. Upon reflection over the past term, I can tell that she can run a team and delegate tasks proficiently. Our PO took note of the number of projects she has already completed so far. I look forward to see what she could achieve as president-elect, and I'm also excited to see what she could later do and undertake as president. Good luck, Vanda.
Karina Patrick, IVSA Exco. Thank you, Susanna, for your very efficient, exact 1 minute speech. So, Vanda, now we are gonna open the floor for some questions. So, from the elections committee. Fine, you're just making sure you all can hear me well. Great. So, Vanda, the first question from the elections committee. What would you consider a president's two most crucial characteristics in order to be a successful leader? Please let us know on how you would use these qualities as a president.
Okay, Amanda Ducic, IVSA Exco. So the first thing I think is very important for a president to have is to take in consideration other people's opinion. So to be democratic, basically, and not to push their own opinion all the time. That would be one of them. However, if they make a decision they need to stand behind the decision they are making or made. The second thing is, I would say that they need to be kind of like authoritative, but not intimidating in the same time. So like make decisions and approach their team in an authoritative way, however, not intimidate them and make them feel uncomfortable.
Okay, thank you so much, Vanda, for your answer. So, hello, can you hear me? Okay, thank you, Vanda, for your answer. So the second question that we have, please note just 1 minute per answer. So your second question from the Elections Committee. As President, your sole responsibility is to represent IVSA to our global network of partners. What is your plan to ensure our partners or potential partners continue to see IVSA's value? And what actions will you take to ensure IVSA remains relevant in an ever-changing world? Okay, so to repeat the question, as President, your sole responsibility is to represent IVSA to our global network of partners. What is your plan to ensure our partners or potential partners continue to see IVSA's value? And what actions will you take to ensure IVSA remains relevant in an ever-changing world?
Okay, So, what I would do, first of all, I think it's important to be in contact with them all the time to see their opinion on a lot of things we are doing. I plan on working on making public relations part better. So, updating our social media and working on this part because I think that will give us a great visibility. And I think it's something that's very important in 21st century. Uh, Orange. Okay. And sorry, that's one of the things I would do. And I would also work on developing more committees and networks, establishing them better, and working on their projects.
Okay, so thank you, Vanda, for your answer. So the final question from the Elections Committee states, as president, you rely almost entirely upon your team to get the results you want, and they depend significantly upon each other. How do you plan on keeping your team motivated, especially when dealing with obstacles and conflicts?
So regarding the team, I think that's something we already started in this term. I think we're more connected. We're more working with each other and are more like a small family inside of a family, even though we are all a family. I don't know how to explain it better. I will continue on working on our relationships between each other, and I would also um, encourage us to meet even like informally to make us all feel like friends and make us in that way. I think people who are not used to speak up would be made feel they would feel more comfortable and therefore would speak up even if like they wouldn't. If is that does that make sense? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so thank you, Vanda, for your answer. Now we'll open the floor for two questions from you, the General Assembly. So please raise your hand if you have a question.
As we know, a president has to be a vision. Can you tell us your vision put in a nutshell?
My vision put in a nutshell. Okay. So my vision for IVSA, I think you're asking me like a goal. So the what I would like to do in the future and what I think as IVSA are working towards to is to give everybody in the world opportunity to make themselves better, make a change in the world, and that's kind of a goal I would be working towards to. Also, we are networking, we're connected with each other, so that's my vision, like all of us connected more, but in a better way, all of us feeling safe and comfortable, and yeah, that's it, that's my vision, like a association that we are. I don't know how to say it in another way.
Okay, thank you, Vanda, for your answer, and thank you, Saka, for the question. So one more question. So, sorry, I just have the timer on.
Trinity Dockery, IVSA Ireland. I just want to ask our President-elect, what would be two goals that you really want to achieve if you were president in the upcoming term?
If you're asking me ideally, as I've written in my forms, I would like to start thinking and working on hybrid events. And if I could, I would like try to realize them or at least have some kind of a test hybrid event. That's one of the goals. The other goal would be to improve our public relations and work more on our picture as an association in the public.
Okay, thank you, Bandel, for your answer. Thank you, for the So at this point in time, we will open the floor for discussion. So Manda, I would like to ask you to please step outside, Salsa, with you, please, or Susanna, with either of you, please accommodate her outside. Let's go then. Okay, please fine, open the door. Okay, so for the term 2023, so we have two nominees, Afaf from IVSA Morocco and Mohammed Musa from IVSA Egypt. Unfortunately, both nominees are unable to attend physically, so they have sent their speech via video. So we're going to begin with speech from Afaf from IVSA Morocco.
Hello everyone, hope all is good. I am Afaf Sharaf, currently a fifth year grad student at Hassan II Institute of Agronomy and Veterinary Medicine, and also a member of IVSA Morocco. I have been in IVSA since my second year, and I have never been less excited, and I have never failed to learn from the enriching experiences that it offers. In a few words, I will list my humble experience in IVSA. So in 2020, I was project manager of AMSCO, which spells out as the Moroccan Standing Committee of Fondness, and I was also a member of the OC of the 68th Symposium of IVSA that was held in Morocco. In 2021, I was the ambassador of AMSCOV, the Moroccan Standing Committee of Veterinary Education, and I have participated also in a few online exchanges. In 2021, I was the chair of AMSCO, which also stands for Moroccan Standing Committee of Wellness, and we have elaborated and we have worked on many interesting projects, mainly the coaching sessions for veterinary students, and also the concept of the black box that I have already explained before. So at present, I occupy the position of the project manager of the MENA team, project manager also of the EMSCO, and again, ambassador of the EMSCO-V because it was one of the best experiences that I've had in my third year. But I'm also a member of the other standing committees, EMSCOCA, EMSCO, and also EMSCO. So my aim behind applying for the regional representative position is actually to gain a deeper understanding of the work in the heart of the IVSA, and also to encourage MOs in the MENA region to elaborate and to actually combine their efforts and develop projects in the name of the MENA region. And to find sponsors, of course, like my goal is to find sponsors, but my main focus and aim for the present time is going to be directed with progressing the theme that we have chosen. I mean, the theme that we have chosen for the next MENA symposium, which is related to the epidemiology and the zoonotic disease in the MENA region.
Okay, so thank you, Afaf. Now, due to the fact that both nominees are also unable to join us virtually, we are not going to have questions for both nominees for the MENA region, regional representative. So, with that being said, I'm going to open the floor for one positive comment and one negative comment for Afaf Sharaf of IVSA Morocco. Nabil.
Sounds awesome.
Okay, so I'm gonna just begin his speech once more.
Hello to IVC from all over the world. I am Mohammed Musab from IVC in Egypt, and I am very happy to be nominated for the position of MENA Regional Representative and I think it is a huge opportunity to engage more and more in IVCA work and to help other students all over the world. As many know, I am the national president of IVC Egypt and also Scotty and One Health Ambassador for this term. And I think Mineralogy representative position will help me expand my knowledge and friendship base and gain more and more friends and do more tasks for IVCA. And also, I want to raise the collaboration and facilitate MOs at the region, either local or national MOs to help and collaborate with each other and also to penetrate other countries that doesn't have IVSA in it and arise more and more MOs at it. I think I have a lot of skills and ability as I have the ability to manage my time and I'm a multitasker and I already worked in multiple tasks at the same day and same week for many positions. And I think I know how to overcome problems that make him silent out of blue. And I think I know how to work in a good team and how to facilitate working with a group and how to manage the work and how to be a good leader with our team, and I think I will be honored to be as a position.
Okay, so thank you, Mohammed. So at this point in time, I would like to open the floor once more for one positive comment and one negative comment. Sentence. Okay, so moving quickly along, we have the presentation of the nominees for secretariat position. We have one nominee, Ms. Stella Kovacic of IBSD Croatia.
Stella Kovacic, IVSA Croatia. Hi everyone. Firstly, I would like to thank you, Daha, for nominating me for this position. This is actually my first time that I'm doing Symposium Live, and I'm really glad and happy to be here. I think I had a chance to meet many of you in the past few days, and the rest that I didn't, I hope to meet in the next few days. I attended online GAs, the symposium and congress that were held 2 years ago. So I do have like some kind of knowledge of what is happening here. About me and the IVSA, I've been a member of the IVSA Croatia for 5 years now, and I have worked closely with the president and doing a lot of stuff and projects with our local MO. Last year, I was also an exchange officer in our local MO, so I organized online exchanges and one live exchange as well. We were very happy to do that after the COVID. So maybe some of you even know me from the exchange officers meetings and stuff like that. So yes, I really wanted to thank you everyone for being here and for listening. Why I wanted to be a part of the secretariat of the IVSA Global is because I wanted to join IVSA Global for quite some time now, but honestly, I just wasn't brave enough. I think it just took for me to come here for the first time and meet all of you and see like what is happening over here, and I'm really amazed. I do have like some experience with the secretary work due to the fact that I've also worked for the dean's office at my university, and I gathered a lot of knowledge from the people that are already here and doing this kind of work. I got the sign that my time is almost over, so I just wanted to thank you guys. And if you have any questions, please like ask me, and I would love to answer.
Okay, thank you so much, Stella, for your speech. So we have one question to ask you from the elections committee. So in which area of Expo, well, with the Expo, would you like to work with and work on, and why? Please mention the skills which can support the improvement on the area you wish to work with.
Well, honestly, I know about like this is the symposium that is happening right now, and I know that all of the secretariats were chosen at the Congress last year. So I'm not really sure like what is the position that you would like me to do. But in general, I would like to work with the MOD. The thing is, like, I find myself very communicative, and I think that I have good language skills, and I love to talk to people and hang out with people. And I think that would be the best for me. But I also think working with the committees would be amazing as well.
Okay, thank you, Stella, for your answer. So now, Stella, I'm going to ask you to please step outside. Susanna, can you please escort her out of the room?
Or the nominee needs to receive questions from the floor first.
It was one question.
Okay, my apologies.
Can someone just knock on the door and tell them to bring her back? Please. Salsa, just a reminder, you can turn back on the recording. Thank you. Okay, so now we are going to have the presentation of the nominees for the 73rd IVSA Congress in 2024. So as previously stated, we no longer have Bosnia. Sorry. In the running due to them not being able to submit the relevant documents. So we're going to have IVSA Peru to do their presentation for the 73rd IVSA Congress.
Good morning, everyone. También everyone IVSA Peru, and I'm going to present to you a proposal for us to host the 73rd IVSA Congress. We're proposing it to have it from August 4th to August 15th in 2024. IVSA Peru is an IVSA MO established in 2018, and currently we have 11 local chapters around the country. And I want to introduce to you all the amazing organizing committee. We are 4 people already working on that proposal. I'm the president of the OC, and then I have an amazing president, Alejandra Vargas, and a great secretary. And I'm going to show you the committees we have for the organizing committee. Each committee has a leader and a secretary. We have the catering team, the delegates affairs team, the events team, the finances team, itinerary team, marketing, and the sponsors team. About Peru. Peru is located in South America and is the third largest country of the continent. And Lima is the capital city of the country and it's close to the Pacific Ocean. We're going to host the Congress in Lima and we're going to host it in 2 universities. Lima is next to the Pacific Ocean and is the biggest city in Peru. It's known as the City of the Kings and it was founded in 1535. And is considered the astronomy capital of the Americas. The first university The first university we're going to host the Congress is University of San Marcos. Yes, there are many alpacas in the campus, and it was founded in 1946. The second one is the University of Applied Sciences, and it was founded in 2012. You can see here there are auditoriums, and here we're going to have, in both universities, we're going to have lectures and GAs. They both have sports areas. Talking about the visa and health requirements, there are 95 countries that do not require a visa to enter to Peru, but you can find more information in the following link. And about the COVID situation, from October 27th, all passengers arriving by air into Peru no longer need to present a PCR COVID test. About the itinerary, we're going to accept 160 delegates. On the day 0, we're going to have the arrivals of them. Day 1, we're going to have the opening ceremony, GA1 lectures, and the welcome party. On day 2, we're going to have the GA2 and lectures. On day 3, GA3 and cultural evening. On day 4, GA4 lectures and the EU meeting. On day 5, we're going to have GA5 lectures and 3 options of guided tours in Lima and the silent auction. On day 6, we're going to have GA6 lectures and spare time, which will be kind of like a competition between countries. On day 7, we're going to have the nominee day and the live auction. On day 8, we're going to have different technical visits. On day 9, we're going to have GA8 cultural visit and the formal dinner. On day 10, we're going to have the committee workshops, GA9, and the white t-shirt party. And on day 11, we're going to have the departures. This is the itinerary summary. And I will show you places that we will visit in Lima. As I mentioned, both universities. And also we're going to visit one more university in Lima. We're going to have like a faculty tour. And these 2 farms of 2 universities in Lima. There are some places like Miraflores, Guacapuyana, Legends Park, which is a zoo in Lima, and the Magic Water Circuit. About the accommodation, the hotel will be Selina Miraflores, Lima. It's a beautiful hotel, as you can see, and it's well located in Lima. And the Congress fee will be 350 euros with LCF task. This is our budget. It may be subject to changes. This will be our income. Can I continue? Okay. This is our summary. We have a net result now of 1,639.9 euros. And we have some potential partners and possible partners for us. Basically, there are some universities, some veterinaries in Lima, and we're planning to have also Latam Airlines and its partners as our partner, so we can have discounts for delegates in their flights. Because the last edition of Wasaba Congress was in Lima, we had the opportunity to talk with different companies and have them as potential sponsors. So hopefully we can have all of them with us. And this is all about the Congress. And about the post-Congress, we're going to have, now we have two options of post-Congress. The first one will be in Cusco and basically will be for everyone to know Machu Picchu. On the first day, the day zero, everyone will go from Lima to Cusco by flight because it's too far. On day one, you're going to have a tour among the Huerpo Lagoon and Salinera de Maras, which is a place where there's a lot of salt. On day 2 and 3, you'll go to Machu Picchu by hiking, so you will have 2 days of that experience. And then you're going to be back to Cusco, so you can return to Lima. This is the budget for it, and we're going to accept 60 delegates for that option. Here you can see some photos of Machu Picchu. This is the city of Cusco, Salinera, and the Huerpo Lagoon. And the post-congress fee is €350. This is the budget. And the second option is in Piura, which is a really located in the coast. And basically it's because they have a beautiful beach, Mancora Beach. It's whale season, so you will be able to see whales. Also, you will have surfing lessons. And well, this is the hotel. Whales. This is Mancora Beach. This is the budget for 40 delegates. And this is this options post-congress fee, €320. This is the budget. Thank you so much.
So thank you so much, Tommy, for your presentation as a nominee for the 73rd IVSA Congress, so from IVSA Peru. So, before we go to questions, I would just like to remind you all, if it is that you would like us to ask somebody to slow down, remember we do have color-coded cards, so please remember to use your cards and don't interrupt during their speeches. Thank you. So, Tommy, back to you. We have 3 questions coming from the Elections Committee, followed by 2 questions that would be from the General Assembly. So, our first question. Okay, so leading a large team can be challenging. How will you deal with disagreements amongst your OC?
Well, I have been already president of IVSA Peru and have worked with almost all the current OC. I know all of them. We have worked and done proposals together. We had agreements and disagreements, but our main goal is the Congress to go well and to be successful. So we will maintain this. It's our dream and it's our main goal, and we're going to do it well.
Okay, thank you, Tammy, for your answer. So the second question from the Elections Committee is, so what are your plans to make this event run smoothly, as it requires good communication between OC and Expo? So how would you ensure that this happens?
So we are planning to have all the teams more established, so everyone can do their duties with no problems, and we can have good communication with Exco because it's an IVSA event, and we know that we're going to represent IVSA with this event.
Okay, thank you, Tammy, for your answer. So we have one last question from the Elections Committee. So how will you ensure that all your members are getting their tasks done without them being burnt out? Although it may not really be possible to ensure no one will be burnt out, but how will you ultimately prepare for such situation?
They're really motivated, and I think the motivation is number one for this. They're really excited for it. We are working, they have good and bad days, but we are a team and a big one, and we're going to support each other when one person can fulfill their duties.
Okay, so thank you for your answer. Now we will open the floor for two questions from you, the General Assembly. So if you have a question, please do raise your hand.
Actually, goes with IVSA Belgium. Point of information, can we just see the budget again for the Congress?
Okay, so we will open the floor for the question. Okay, so please note that this presentation is indeed in the drive. Okay, so we can try to add it to the drive so you can be able. Okay, so I'm going to open the floor for one other question. So please raise your hand. Okay, maybe, sorry. Yes, but that counts as one question.
I'm aware, after paying attention. Point of information is just to look at the budget again, which is not a question in and of itself that she has to answer. So there's still two questions from the floor.
Can you hear me? Okay. About the IVSA Italy, I wanted to thank the speaker for the presentation, and I wanted to ask about the financial part. So if I got it right, everything is almost covered, and there will also be room for covering part of the traveling expenses, right? And I wanted to know how did you get to raise so many funds, because I found it quite impressive, and I think that an explanation about it will be useful, or will be useful also for other committees who are looking forward to organizing such a big event.
Well, right now, all of this budget is with all the sponsors. Right now, we don't have the sponsors yet. We have conversations with them. We have potential sponsors, but we don't have the sponsors yet. So basically, we hope to have better numbers with the sponsors. Without the sponsors. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for your question and for the answer. We did have Trinity raise her hand in the back, so she will be our second and final question.
So currently your symposium fee is €350.
No, I also enjoyed the presentation, the pictures, it was very good. But what I wanted to ask though is if you could not secure the sponsorships, like things happen, do you have what is your idea of how to, do you have any ideas how you're going to lower the fee? Have you started thinking about this already? Just a question.
Well, we hope we can get the sponsors. We have good conversations with them, so we hope we can. If we get the sponsors, maybe we can lower the fee, and if it's possible, maybe we can give some travel grants. It's possible. We have the funds. If we don't have the sponsors, then we're gonna try to raise our money or look for fundraising things, but we have to have the sponsors.
Yes, Matteo?
Matteo Cardinale, IVSA Symposium, point of order. I want to remind everyone to, whenever you have a motion or a comment, please raise your hand, wait for the chair to address you, and state your name and member organization, and then this is to keep order during GA and also to help the Secretary General with the taking of the line.
Yes, thank you, Matteo. Technically, I'm not leading this discussion because this is still the election committee. But yes, please raise your hands and never forget to state name and entity.
So thank you, Tracy, for your question. Thank you, Tammy, for answering all the questions. So we are now going to discuss the presentation of the answer. Tammy. Okay, so that concludes the presentation of all our nominees for our available positions for the term of 2023 and 2024. So thank you. Now we will continue with J1 onwards.
The chair will now entertain a motion to go into recess for 15 minutes. Tara?
Tracy carries this Slovenia, I suppose.
Second.
Any discussion? Any objections? Seeing none, we're in recess. Please don't run away yet. You can run away, yes, of course. First, we want to do a quick energizer, and then we just have a quick coffee break as well, okay? Then I want to ask Constantina to join me up here, and she's going to be leading our energizer.
Guys don't hate me to dance. You can visit the loop soon. Okay. What? Yes, we're gonna use the speaker. So, what
Okay, next up on the agenda is we're continuing with J1 onwards, which is the rest of our updates. And then We've already done MOD. Yes. So now we've got our Secretary General update. John.
So James Galaguri, IVSA Exco. So for the Secretary General update and report. So the topics we'll cover real quick is the Secretary resignation that we had during the beginning of the term so far, the friendly amendments that have been made to the IVSA bylaws, and some internal affairs. So first off, at the last meeting of Exco in December on the 17th, we, as the executive committee, accepted the resignation of Secretary Arthur Kobayashi, who resigned due to personal reasons and not being able to complete the work that he was assigned. That was a decision on his end, and so we accepted that. Next is the friendly amendments to the IVSA bylaws. We updated two sections, sections 6.1 and 12.2. It was just some numbering errors. If you see on the left, in the old version, it goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 4. So we just updated and fixed that to read correctly. The next section was 12.2. Again, it was a numbering error, and it was 1, 1, 2, 3, and then where the 4 is on the left, that actually is supposed to be part of the third point in the bylaws. So they're just friendly amendments to make it so they're in the correct spots. So nothing was changed for reading, just updated grammatical corrections like that. And then the next part is a little change in how we are kind of conducting some business within the executive committee. And so the Secretary General is now overseeing the work of the task forces. I'm not in charge of the task forces. I just am in charge of making sure they conduct their work and is doing what they have said they want to do. I'm also now the executive committee point of contact for all task forces as well. That's the Secretary General update. Does anyone have, does anyone have any questions? Next topic is also mine. So the DEI task force, we have not had a chair, and so it took us a while, unfortunately, to find a chair to head up this task force, as it is an important task force that is very important within IVSA. So also in the December meeting of the executive committee, the SCOCA chair, Anandu Rajaji, was appointed as the new chair of the DEI task force. So we have also moved the Vet Students for Ukraine task force and the Responsible Advocacy and Inclusive Dialogue task force into the DEI task force, as they all pertain to diversity, equity, and inclusion within IVSA. And so these graphics are also included in the PowerPoint slides and videos that we present during the breaks. So we've opened the call for applications to become members of the DEI task force. And so the QR code will bring you right to the application forms. And I believe it will also be posted on our social media if it's not already there. So and that is all we have for the DEI task force. Does anyone have any questions regarding that? Next up, we have the OC Manual Task Force. Anya from Trust who is also the former president of IVSA from the previous term. She is the member that is heading up the OC Manual Task Force. So she has created a video presentation to give an update on that.
everyone. I'm Anna Dziszkiewicz from IVSA Poland, your current trustee. I hope you're having an amazing time in Slovenia. I'm here because I have an update for you about the OC Manual task force, which I'm currently chairing. So what is the OC Manual? OC Manual is a document that was put together for you by my team, so past OC members that organize both in-person and online events. And this document contains useful tricks and tips and advice and guidelines, basically anything that came to our mind to make it easier for the future OCs for you to organize IVSA events. You can see the table of content on the left side of the slide, but before the key logistics, the manual will also include interesting and important advice on sustainability, on mental health, inclusivity, and also good communication within the OC team and with IVSA officials. And last but not least, we have the appendix. Appendix will have different templates and pictures and budget tables, everything that the OC will definitely benefit from. I would like to thank very much my entire team and every IVSA members that contributed to creating this manual and everybody who added even the smallest tip, the smallest advice to this document because all of this will definitely benefit our IVSA members. You can see how diverse team we had. This is just part of it. Let me zoom up this slide for you. And this is the second half of my team and team members that contributed to making this document. Thank you so much, guys. So regarding the progress, the manual is currently at the very, very final stage of editing it, and we will be able to release it hopefully in a couple of days. So stay tuned and make sure to read the manual in case you are planning or running to organize any kind of IVSA online or in-person event. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any further questions? Maybe about the OC Manual Task Force? I'm also on it, so I might be able to answer. Okay, then we move on to the IVSA History Project, which is my fellow trustee, Mitty.
Hi everyone, Medjan Wani of IVSA Morocco. So, I'm now going to present an update on the state of the IVSA History Project. Well, I think my slides were misnumbered. Basically, the IVSA History Project was officially started in 2012 by one of our previous presidents, now turned honorary life member. It already produced an IVSA history manual in 2012, which kind of gave a little bit of information about the creation of IVSA in 1951. But that manual was kind of like small and it did not cover everything because of lack of information, lack of documents, which we are trying to tackle. So we have collected digital and physical documents from the early history of the IVSA. That is from 1951 to the 2010s, because everything after 2010s basically we have on the IVSA website. That is to say, minutes from EXCO meetings and proceedings from congresses and symposia, and IVSA journals, of course. So we started to digitize all documents in winter 2020. So that's 2.5 years ago, I think. My math is correct. We finished digitizing them in November 2022, thanks to the great help of previous officials, especially one of the current trustees, Lisa Buren from IVSA the Netherlands, and Alan van Oldenburg, previous president, previous trustee for 2 terms, whom I thank greatly. Okay, so the objectives of this IVSA history project, first of all, we're trying to develop IVSA culture and identity. I feel like most of our members know very little about the previous history of IVSA because we rely so much on our events that um, not a lot of it is can be covered outside of the event. I feel so. One additional point is that the past gives perspective to current issues, and this has already proven useful in some cases nowadays. Third point is a very important point from a managerial perspective, which is organizational history as an important asset to be used, first of all, to raise involvement at the individual level, um, promote a relevant future strategy for the IVSA, and adding value to brand, to the IVSA brand and the attractiveness. So, what we have already is IVSA journals from 1966 to 2010. There are IVSA bulletins before 1966, but we don't have those at the moment. We're trying to get them, look for them. The first IVSA journal is mentioned to have been published in 1966. So we have I think, the very first one. We have IVSA newsletters from that period, a lot of from the 80s. IVSA Congress proceedings of symposia on Congress 1966 to 2016. We have old constitutions, the very first in 1951, which is very cool. Minutes from Exco meetings, as well as other documents. This is a picture of what we believe to be the very first IVSU magazine because we used to have another name. We are still currently missing many documents. We have leads on where to get them. That being said, we're also trying to look at documents from other organizations that are actually older than the IVSA, not international ones, but still student organizations that were like came before the IVSA, who came together basically to create the IVSA in 1951. We have some early journals from the Yugoslavian Student Association, which were in Croatian, and Vanda has kindly offered some help to translate them. I think Matthias also offered help to get some old documents from Munich and basically IVSA Germany because we were founded in Gießen in Germany. Okay, so moving forward, we're going to try to collect more documents to fill the gaps that we already have from the existing ones. One aim of the project is to create an IVSA archive that's going to be an adequate way to raise the value of these documents because it will also preserve them. That's why we digitized them because they were in in paper form, and also to give access to our members to these documents. Third point is to situate IVSA in the bigger scope of the history of veterinary medicine because a lot of the history of IVSA medicine just is seen from the perspective of universities and professional vets, but nobody's gonna talk about the history of vet students if we don't do it ourselves. We aim to create a book/booklet which compiles the detailed history of IVSA, its evolution, and its interactions with the outside world, specifically global events and social movements. Very important parts of our history, and contact all their universities for access to their archives pre-1951. Okay, now I'm gonna give a few examples of very cool things that I found while doing this project. Okay, in 1972 we had a winter symposium in I'm not sure if it was Edinburgh or RBC, but the president at the time was C.J. Higgins from RBC, and during that symposium, we received communication from Her Majesty the Queen herself. Chancellor of London, avid supporter of animals, We also received, as you can see, a letter from Margaret Thatcher, who was at the time Secretary of State for Education and Science. We also received letters from other members of the British Parliament at the time. And I will finish on this little excerpt, which is taken from the communication that was sent by Queen Elizabeth II. You can read that, and I will give the floor back to the chair.
All right, are there any questions for our history project? Oh, Salsa?
Sabila, IVSA Expo, I would like to ask, do you have any certain goals for how many documents you would like to gain? Or do you need to, like, you need to compile and find all of them in order that you say that your task force has finished the job? Because we know in IVSA people are changing, right? And regeneration is always happening. Thank you.
Thank you for the question, Radio Mali IVSA Morocco. I would just like to put out there what I envision from this project, because it's not a task force yet. Just working alone on this for now. Um, as you know, history doesn't end unless we end. Um, we don't want that. So I don't think that this is going to stop being a project unless we collectively decide that we don't care about our history. That being said, with the more recent part of our history, which is like the nowadays and the like near future, it's already kind of covered by the way we do minutes. We do like GA minutes, Expo meeting minutes. So that part is already covered. There's a finite number of documents that were already done. So we have leads that they exist. For some of them, we don't know if they exist or not because there's no mention of them in the older documents. So the more we find, I think the more we'll have a clear idea of what is actually missing. And also, it's a matter of what we decide to do with it and how much we want to push this. That being said, I think it's a very, very important project. Sorry.
I told him to keep it under 5 minutes, and he didn't. Are there any further questions? Okay, then we will continue on with our agenda. Thank you, Maddie. Up next, our committee coordinator update. Karina.
Karina Classic, IVSA Expo. Hello. So I am gonna give a brief update as to how this term went for me as committee coordinator. I'm not gonna go into depth with regards to the actual committees and networks as they will be doing this. So I'm gonna give more of an internal aspect. So we've had a couple new additions and changes made to better the committees and networks and how they run. So we've added an external relations manager to each committee and network, which works closely with both the external relations officer as well as our shared secretary. And this will help with increasing engagement with partners and sponsors in the future. So we have also adjusted the time frame for the ambassadors program from December to June due to the fact that during Congress, when we elect new chairs, there is a very big gap where ambassadors aren't doing anything. So this works better for them. Lastly, we added a couple necessary team positions for the committees and networks prior to the applications, they were able to say, okay, I need a secretary, I need this, and that was made. So of course, this was such a learning period, and we faced numerous challenges, and these are things that we're working on, and we have learned a lot from them. So we realize that time management is very crucial, and this goes hand in hand with the deadlines and the miscommunication that we may sometimes have. So this was something that we encountered, and like everything else, it's the first time we're doing this, and honestly, it's not. It was not something that occurred frequently, but it was something that we did happen to encounter. During this term from September to December, we did have some low engagement, and this was across a couple of regions. And this is something that we're going to work towards during this year with the regional reps as well as MOD to help increase the engagement across the board. Motivation. So if I'm not motivated, my chairs, they're not going to be able to motivate their teams. And it goes like that. And you're not going to be motivated to attend the events. So this is something that we're going to work on a little bit more. And we hope that in the future, you're all going to be extremely excited to attend every single event. And we will not know how we're going to accommodate all of you. So the startup term was a bit late. So this was another thing that we intend to adjust so that the chairs have enough time to have their team and prep their team to have a successful term and do lots of projects. So for this year, we have a couple of plans that is going to be done with other. Hi, yeah. Thank you. Okay, so just to continue really quickly for the plans for 2023, we do intend to create new sponsorships and partnerships for the committees and networks, along with our lovely ERO sitting here. So he is very ready to help us, along with our external relation managers of each committee and network. We also have plans to improve the communication and planning so that things run a bit more smoothly and that we're able to achieve numerous beloved projects as well as new projects this year. So motivation and wellness for the chairs and their teams. I realized how much wellness is important. Shout out to Constantina, Chair of Wellness. But she really helped us through this term to help us realize that things are gonna get done and we're doing this for the first time, but we learn from it. And opportunities for IVSA members. As I said previously, engagement has been low, so we do plan to provide more opportunities where you would be more inclined to attend and want to actually do more with the committees and networks. So interaction within the networks. So we have three networks, being the alumni, the wild and exotics, and the equine networks. And being networks, we don't really want that they mimic that of a committee where they just provide webinars and projects and so forth, but really want them to bond with each other because they all share the same passion for these species and so forth. So that's something that we're working on. Improvement of current love projects. We realize that some projects, though you all love it, it's been going on for quite some time, and possibly you guys aren't really interested in doing it. So we are moving to improve those projects so that you will have something new being offered. Improving engagement of IVFC members in committees and network projects. This, as I said, we're going to be working with MOD team to do this. And future collaborations, we do want more collaborations within the committees and networks because I do think with more than one of them joined together, we can do much greater projects and a lot to come. Thank you. Are there any questions? Yuri's making fun of me because I wear heels like Yuri podium. Hi, Susanna.
Susanna, czekaj, Elia, so it's not gonna be a question. I just wanted to say thank you to Karina for all her work because having her as a committee coordinator is amazing, and thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Okay. Okay, so moving on with the actual committee updates from the committees themselves, we have the Standing Committee on Animal Welfare updates. Unfortunately, the chair of Animal Welfare was unable to attend the symposium, so you're going to hear more of me. Okay, so this is the Standing Committee on Animal Welfare report for this term from September to December 2022. So this is the beloved IVSA's core committee. And if you guys aren't really sure, this committee does actively support measures to improve the standard of animal welfare worldwide. So a couple of the projects and well-known projects that they do to begin with is the SIVA Animal Welfare Grant, where SCORE partners with an animal health company called SIVA to offer animals the chance to receive up to €700 to plan an independent welfare project. So, of course, this has been such a great project. It has been doing so much great work and giving students the opportunity to do great things in their animals and in their countries. So this is a fund that is needed, especially in some low-income countries where they do want to help and they have amazing projects and amazing ideas. So this is one thing that they do benefit from, and it turns out to be great every single year. So this is just a couple of pictures from past projects that they've done. So now the calendar. They would want to make a calendar so that it has all the animal welfare related dates. This will help to raise awareness across the board and also just help to plan future events and future projects on these. SCORE issued a statement on lab animal testing, as this was something that was brought to our attention. And this is going to be posted onto the blog soon, so all can review it. SCORE debate series. So SCORE has conducted debate competitions where they had appropriate Thanks, Alison. And call to decide winners for this debate, right? So we know how a debate works, and it's of course based on animal welfare. So they have discussion with the teams. They launched new SCORE debate series again this year. So please look forward to that. So SCORE blog. So on the SCORE blog, there's global voices and a research update, which aims to amplify the voices of those working on projects to better animal welfare worldwide. This was something launched in 2020, and they do have the intention of relaunching this year. So please do look out for that as well. Okay, that's it. Thank you. So are there any questions? If not, we are going to move on to the other committee, which is the Standing Committee on One Health. You're not going to hear me, don't worry. So unfortunately, our chair cannot make it, but we do have one of her beloved team members here. So Martha, please.
Hello everyone, my name is Dottie, IVSA Italy. Okay, so guys, bear with me because I thought that the presentation was going to be in the afternoon. So this is going to be a presentation à la Yuri. Last minute. I love the way. Okay. Hello everyone, welcome to the IVSA Italy. So I'm here to give you a quick presentation, a report about our activities as the Standing Committee on One Health, also known as SCO, during the last year. So this is our group, it's a really large group, and there is at least one member from each region. And I'm here to talk about the different activities that we had this year. They're mainly shown through our social media, so take a look on our Instagram page. First of all, I want to talk about the World Rabies Day, which was on September 28th. And this year's theme was One Health, Zero Deaths. And we shared several infographics on our social platforms promoting World Rabies Day and a One Health approach in rabies control. Also, we encouraged taking the GARC Rabies Educator Certified online course. For those of you who do not know, GARC is the Global Alliance for Rabies Control. It's a really cool online course. Take a look because it's a really great way to gain knowledge about this important topic. Then, talking about promoting One Health worldwide, there's also been a call and selection of ambassadors. We selected 30 participants worldwide, and they will take part to the SCO Ambassador Program. This program is a great way to create a link between our standing committee and the different veterinary faculties around the world. And once again, there's an ambassador from each region, and the first meeting will be held in January. Then a really important event has taken place from November 17th to November 19th. It was a 3 days virtual event. Its name was Global AMR Youth Summit. And the aim of this event was tackling the current state of AMR and AMR in the future and promoting an interprofessional and multisectorial approach. And in fact, the OC was composed of members from several students' associations, IVSA of course, but also IFMSA, IPSF, and IAPS. So dental students, pharmaceutical students, and medical students. And also the speaker had different educational and working background, which helped providing a really complete panoramic about this important topic. And also shout out to Mehdi. I don't see him here, but his help was really, really important in the organization. So thank you very much. Then the One Health Day was on November 3rd, and we created some infographics about it. And also in January, we are celebrating the One Health Awareness Month. So once again, check out our social media to learn more about it. Then the World Antimicrobial Awareness Week. It was an idea that we had this year. It was in we can say. And we challenged various IVSA AMOs to take a video on various topics related to antimicrobial awareness and to share those videos on their social media and to tag us so that we could reshare those videos. And a special thank you to the various MOs who participated. So IVSA Peru, Italy, Poland, Latvia, Funab, and Malaysia. Also, beside AMR, we celebrated slash raise awareness about other topics such as the International Human Rights Day, the International Animal Rights Day, and the Universal Health Coverage Day. You can find all of the graphics on our Instagram page. Then, talking about our future plans, there is an essay competition, a webinar collaboration with Royal Canin, a panel discussion on encouraging veterinary students to venture into public health, then the GARC Force collaboration that I previously talked about, and lots more. Also, on the upcoming number of the IVSA journal, you will find some articles that were written by our publication team, which I'm a member of, so who read my article, please. Those are about polypharmacy, a report on the AMR Youth Summit, a monkeypox review, and an article about vet students and One Health collaborations. So thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, you can email us. Any questions? All right, thank you, Martha, for presenting on behalf of school. Then there's Scopy, so Susanna.
Okay, so everyone, hello, Susanna Czeka, IVSA Poland, the current chair of IVSA Scopy. So first, I would like to show you my team because I can't work without all of these people. They are doing an amazing job, and I'm very grateful for having them. So I would like to talk with you guys a little bit about our current projects and also about our future projects. So starting, the most important part of being a SCOBY chair is to create a SCOBY survey. Okay. Okay, because I believe that as veterinary student, we have a really great impact on the future of veterinary and also of the future of next generation of veterinary students. So this term we create a hands-on training and practical exposure in veterinary rigorous survey, and we would like to analyze the extent of practical education offered by veterinary universities. So right now we are having around 100 answers, so this survey needs more promotion, so please share it with all of your members and encourage them to fill it out. Also, you can find the QR code between breaks during Q&A. So the next thing is our SCOBY Ambassadors program. So this term we are having 25 ambassadors from 25 universities from almost all regions. And each month we are going to do a competition as SCOBY Ambassador of the Month. And prizes is given us for buying plants. So moving next, we are also started with essay competition this time about animal testing, and we would like to show the importance of increasing awareness and knowledge about animals used for research and scientific purpose, but also for education. So we are having 3 professional judges, and the ebook is going to be a prize for this essay. And the deadline was until the end of the December, but we tried to extend the deadline, so we are still have opportunity to take part in this essay competition. So please do this. And the next thing is pharmacology course. So the course aims to provide basic ideas of the mechanism of action, pharmacokinetics, antimicrobial spectrum, and adverse effect of a few grams of drugs. And also, deadline for applying to do this pharmacology course with us is 20th of January. And also, we are having TED Talks, so it's similar to the TED Talks. So it's a very short presentation webinar about important topics. So this time we create a TED Talk speaker database to improve this. Also, every Sunday we are publishing fact cards on our social media to give you a little bit more information about things related to veterinary education, but also to the history of veterinary education. Our another very big project is Edu Plus website, where you can find resources, free resources about education. And now, few words about new projects. So this is one of the most important projects of my life because of my personal experience of being HDHD student. So yeah, thank you, Konstantina, for your help. Because okay, because I don't have so much time and I still have a lot of slides. So this term we create a neurodiversity in veterinary medical education and practice, the HDHD project. So it's going to be a small event with few speakers that will tell us how it's to be a veterinary student, but also a veterinary practitioner with HDHD. Sorry. Okay, so it's going to be in February, and we already created a Discord channel and also a chat card. And tomorrow you will be able to fill our survey about HDHD in veterinary education. So moving next, the new project is also Scurvy Chat of the Month. So each month we are going to publish a survey from a graphic from our previous surveys. And also we are having nutrition bites with Royal Canin, so you can just watch the videos made by Royal Canin, and after this take part in our quiz and win prizes. Okay, so new project in the making. We are going to do a veterinary person podcast with Skoka. Also, we are going to do social media event with IVSA Skoka to see how social media influence veterinary education and work as veterinarian. And plans for the future, small projects. So we are going to do a giveaway, and of course we would like to have more essays and quiz competition, and we would like to bring back to life diagnostic challenge. Another thing I would like to do this term is going to be a call for veterinary education event. So if you need money for create education event, just watch our social media and wait for open this call. And thank you for an amazing half term, and yeah, just follow us on social media.
Are there any questions for Zuzana? All right. Thank you for everything you do for IVSA. Obviously, not just her. It goes to all the people. Sometimes I say it, sometimes I forget to say it. I do not appreciate you guys. It's a joke, of course. You guys are doing amazing. Then Constantina, yet another human being I appreciate.
Well, thank you. I'm Constantine Lukaris, Greece, and the chair of the study committee on wellness. I'm extremely unprepared seeing the rest of the committee's presentations, but I will try my best. So, some projects that we did so far and what we worked on so far is that we tried to reach out to previous partners. We don't have sponsors in Scout yet. We reached to previous partners and we get in touch with them. We got in touch with them, and if you know more vet, that's in mind, more things are coming. With the cover, we made this infographic for stress awareness week and days, identifying and dealing with stress, and also supporting someone who is stressed via text. So those were some materials, and all of that you can find on Instagram, Facebook pages, and I will talk about more later. So as you know, the ambassador programs are running again for some of the committees. Our runs again. The ambassadors are chosen already, unfortunately for you, and we're starting soon on that as well. The recipe book, the recipes are back, and now everything is still open. You can send your recipes. You can find the application form on our Instagram link. Link in bio, link tree, and send your recipes, guys. Please send recipes. Food is good. We all like food. Please send them. And we'll make the 2023 the recipe book. And also, we're looking for articles for our wellness toolkit. If you are interested in wellness, if you have any ideas about wellness, you want to share some experience, you want to write about something, you want to express yourself, you can do that. Again, the link is in our bio. This form is going to be open for all the term, and we will post the articles on the toolkit. So feel free to do that. And if you do want to write about something and you don't know what, contact us, and we will tell you. So many staff are part of other committees and in collaboration with other officials. So I will stick to the ones that are kind of different. The ADHD project that Susanna mentioned is also a really great and nice project. Solidarity Week and Wellness Week are coming again this year, like every year. We're gonna post and let you guys know our plans. So we're waiting for your events, both for Wellness and Solidarity Week. So we'll let you know what we're going to do and what you can do. And please, please, please reach out to us if you want to do something local at your local chapter or your member organization. Feel free to contact us, and we can help you build your event in accordance with our theme. Or if you want to do something else, just let us know, and we'll get some scoping money because our budget's low. Because let's say, it's a long story. Anyway, the Europe Regional Symposium, it's getting ready. When it's going to be approved by Expo, when it's time. SCAO is going to be part of it. So it's going to be a regional event in collaboration with Wellness. Wellness is going to be a big part of it. So stay tuned, European lucky people. And again, there are events that we're discussing and nothing has been approved yet, but we're in communication with SCOCA as well for some more webinars and nice things. If I forget something, I didn't put a picture of my team because I didn't think we should go for all of that, but go on IVSA Wellness on Instagram and you will see everything there. Everything is updated there. And thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any further questions for Constantino and our Wellness Committee? Tara?
Tara Chisnik, IVSA Slovenia. Do you guys know the exact dates for the Wellness Week and Solidarity Week?
Yes. They're on my phone. One moment. There are too many. Wellness Week and Solidarity Week are gonna be in March and April. Solidarity Week is first, if I'm correct, and then is the Wellness Week. I will have to check real quick. So if there are other questions, I will get back to you in 1 minute on it because I have to check. I will text you in the delegates group with the exact date, so I don't take much of your time now.
What a great idea. I wonder who that came from.
A beautiful chair.
All right. Are there any other questions for our Standing Committee on Wellness? Okay, seeing none, we are going to move on to our final committee before we go into yet another energizer. Okay, so here's our Standing Committee on her attributes.
Okay, Karina Kante, IVSA Exco. I'm going to be doing the presentation for the Standing Committee of Career Attributes as our chair was unable to make it in person. So, this term has been a term of learning. So, unfortunately, we did not have any scope-related projects. However, there are projects in the planning stage for this upcoming year. So a couple of them being a TNT event, an officials training, and a CAT Skills 2.0. So what is a TNT event? It is a series of training workshops to build IVSA's own trainers library because when it's time for us to actually ask for trainers, it is very difficult sometimes to find. So participants will be taken via Google Forms, and this event will be online. So there are further details to come, so please keep updated on our Instagram. So the officials training, this is training for officials over effective communication, inclusive dialogue, and the responsible advocacy in association with the DEI task force. Rather than having lecture classes, it will more be of a workshop type event and more interactive so we don't fall asleep. The Get Skills 2.0 event to come, it is an event that was held last year. It will be a workshop session with the aim of improving career attributes. And of course, this is in the planning stage and they're planning to have this done on a regional basis. Thank you. Are there any questions?
All right, then the chair will now entertain a motion to stand at ease for 4 minutes. Martha? Any discussion? Any objections? We are at ease for 4 minutes. We're going to do a quick energizer. We can't leave the room because this is not an actual recess, nor is it a break. 8:34 a.m. Ljubljana time. And then we continue with the Equine Network presentation. So I would like to call Anastasia to come up here.
Hi everyone, Anastasia Villeneuve, IVSA UK. Sorry I didn't get the memo about the IVSA themed presentation, so mine's kind of on my own theme, but maybe that'll wake you up a bit, something different to look at for a little bit. So yeah, this is the Equine Network presentation. Is it too close? Sorry. So what is the Equine Network? I think a lot of people aren't really aware of what the Equine Network is right now because a lot of people still knew it as a community and part of SCOVI. But now we're our own separate network. So who is it for? It's for people who are really interested in equine medicine. It's people who want to learn more about equine medicine. It's people for who are just interested and want to be involved. So it's a place for people to connect and share experiences and opportunities within the equine field all around the world. And you can join on our Instagram. We have a membership form, and you just fill it out and show proof of IVSA membership, and then boom, you're in. So this is our team from this year. Really excited because a lot of our team actually showed up to the symposium. We have Sylvia, Lita, and Alice that are here. So if you guys have any, so also if you have any Equine Network questions, please go find them as well. But yeah, very happy with our team. So for the Equine Network, we kind of have themes of the month that we kind of focus on, and so these are the themes for the rest of the year. So we kind of focus like our learning and our resources on each of those themes for every month. So for January, we're focusing on reproduction. Another project that we have is our equine newsletter, and we send that out on the 1st of every month. And that's also where we announce our journal club, which I'll talk about next. And we also showcase different members and show different equine opportunities. So it's just like a great thing to read once a month and just see what's going on with the Equine Network and catch up and see different opportunities and different people. So the journal club, what is it? So every month we release a journal article that's based on the theme of the month. And on the second Sunday of the month, we discuss that article in like an online meeting with everyone. And it's open for anybody in the Equine Network. And it's just a great way to kind of be involved, meet other people, and just be like up to date with current research or topics in that theme. We also have breed of the month on our Instagram, so we try to choose a different breed each month, and we discuss different genetic diseases associated with that breed, and we also just talk about special characteristics and what makes that breed stand out from other breeds and those kinds of things. So that's also kind of a learning opportunity for people to learn about different breeds that maybe aren't in their country. So yeah, and then we also have our Instagram quizzes. So we try to release the quizzes on Tuesday and then try to post the answers on Thursday. And those quiz topics are also related to the theme of the month. And just kind of to engage people, it's an easy thing to do on your phone. It's an Instagram story. You just click on it, like it takes like 2 minutes and kind of, refreshes your knowledge or teaches you something new. And these are all our socials. So please follow us. We do have a lot of exciting things that we're trying to do for the next year, some upcoming projects. We're trying to hopefully plan a conference at some point. So follow us and stay tuned to see what's next for the Equine Network. Thank you all very much. If there's any questions, anybody? If not, you can find me or anybody from the Equine Network.
Actually, it's not a question. I just invite everybody to go to the delegate group and just to check there's the QR code to enter for the Instagram and Facebook pages. And also, I will I invite you to subscribe to the newsletter. Thank you.
Thank you, Sahel. All right, thank you, Anastasia. Up next, Wild and Exotic Network.
Laura Rodman, IVSA Croatia. So, like Konstantina, I also then don't have a picture with all of us, team members, but you can find us on Instagram and Facebook. So mostly for the past few months, a network has been focused on collecting data and informations to have like stable foundation for all of the data we actually need. For social media, we continued previous terms Animal Superpower project, and for the new one, we have Species Spotlight that is coming out every month in the form of video. For future plans, we are planning on doing webinars. So, am I missing the pictures? Okay. So webinars that we have planned are Lifelines project and Bluebird Institute project. Some of you had workshops with Lifelines. I hope you liked it. Croatia is also part of that, and we are proud to have it. And hopefully we can arrange some webinars from Safari Veterinarian Clinic from Sao Paulo, Brazil. We were also planning on doing online conference with few different speakers on different topics. Also workshops in different member organizations. So network will be organizing it, but interested members of different MOs will be practically doing it. So we can have more people joining the network and with that promote it. We are also thinking of doing internship or externship project with our lovely Ira. Thank you, Alison, for help with our sponsors. Obviously, continue doing social media projects in posts and videos, making new partnerships, and of course, collaborations with other committees and networks. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Lara? Okay, then you may go back to your seat. Yes. Then up next on the agenda is the approval of officials' reports. So these were sent. The chair will now entertain a motion to approve the officials' reports that were sent to you in the GA booklet. Julia, I'm living on not enough sleep, so sometimes my brain needs a little more time.
Julia Andreoni, IVSA Italy.
Second.
Is there any discussion on approving the officials' reports? Okay. I want to say they did an amazing job, and we should give a little love to them for all the hard work that they put into IVSA. I've already asked for applauses to them a million times, and I will continue to do it a million times over. All right, any further discussion on approving the officials' reports? Any objections? Seeing none, reports are approved. The chair will now entertain a motion to go into recess.
Ayub Shfar, IVSA Morocco, I so move.
Second.
Any discussion on going into recess? We are going to lunch. Any objections? I'm not done yet. Seeing that motion passes, we're at recess. Don't leave yet. There will always be announcements.